Pam Gellar is a very famous Islamaphobe, right-wing activist, blogger. She's been in the news before for sponsoring some extremely anti-Islam posters and things like that that were on New York subways, I should say, not sandwiches. You can't currently sponsor any messages on Subway sandwiches that I know of. But she is very active in denouncing Islam in America. And she was hoping to do so in the UK as well. She was going to be traveling over there to attend a rally being put on by the far-right English Defence League, which is by many organizations considered to be a hate group. She wanted to go to the rally, but she's not going to be able to. UK is banning her. Not from the rally, from the country, which is kind of an interesting concept. Since, she says some pretty outrageous things, but she's not exactly a terrorist or anything like that. But no, she is being banned under the country's unacceptable behavior policy. Now, I'm going to give my take on whether or not that makes sense, or we should have something like that here in the US. But first, let's hear Pam Gellar's response to this. She says, "In a striking blow against freedom, the British government has banned us from entering the country. Mohammed al-Arifi, who has advocated Jew hatred, wife-beating, and jihad violence, entered the UK recently with no difficulty. In not allowing us into the country solely because of our true and accurate statements about Islam, the British government is behaving like a de facto Islamic state. The nation that gave the world the Magna Carta is dead." I checked into it. It's not currently dead. The UK still does exist. It still functions day to day. It's just not functioning with Pam Gellar within. And so I don't approve of her response to this, simply because some Islamic cleric was able to get into the country, maybe because he doesn't have quite as high a profile as you, Pam Gellar, since you're always sponsoring hateful messages on the side of things like, or I should say, as frequently traveled as the New York subway system. Yeah, he got in there, okay? I don't know what he was intending to do there. I assume they're watching him if he's some sort of threat, but you were going to be attending a far-right rally. You were probably going to be engaging in at least a little bit of light hate speech. And so I suppose if that's their policy, it's their right to exercise that. Now, it's noteworthy that Pam Gellar is not the only person who's been banned from entering the UK under this policy. Some other people have been banned. Radio host Michael Savage, who is one of the most offensive and possibly worst people in America. He had a program on MSNBC for about 27 minutes, and then he was thrown off because he is too crazy even for cable news. Florida pastor Terry Jones, who is famous for wanting to burn Quran, I believe. Rapper Snoop Lion, so that's interesting. And now Islamophobic activist Pam Gellar. So that's quite a little group she's gotten herself involved in there. I should say at this point, I don't know what Snoop Lion did to get banned from the UK. I think it's too bad for music lovers in Britain who might want to listen to his music. But I will say my take on this, I'm not in favor of this. Now, obviously, we don't have a program like this in America. Certainly, people can be banned from entering, but not because of things they've said in the past. They would have to pose some sort of clear and obvious threat to American security or the American population or something like that. That's a premise, or that's a policy that we've had for a long time, and I think it's worked fairly well for us. So I'm not in favor of this. I personally think, and this has proven controversial on TYTU before when I've said this, I think that when people have absolutely horrid opinions, it's a good thing when they express them. Because all too often, it's easy to forget that some of the philosophical or rhetorical excesses of the past are not gone just because we don't see them. There are Nazis still in the world. There are anti-Semitic people still in the world. There are absolutely horrid racists still in the world, sometimes on food and cooking programs. And so sometimes it's a good thing to be reminded of that. And if that means that they get to put on a little march and Sieg Heil and things like that, I think that that's an okay price to pay. I think that they will do the job of making themselves look ridiculous and making their worldview seem antiquated for you. And honestly, and look, people are already saying this in the wake of Pam Gellar being banned, this only serves to create her as sort of a martyr figure for the English Defence League right now. And that's the last thing we want to happen.